These right here are some of the documents that me and baby were trying to get on record because we tired of hauling them all around. As we were in Flagstaff in 2024, of course, Miss Weirich has a team of people. They've stalked the life out of us and continue to maintain our identity. So we know it's a whole slew of money behind our names. And Miss Weirich and Chris Kraft and their people, their practice has been to seize that money from the people. If they don't intern them in prison for hundreds of years, they kill them. We're dealing with a very dangerous domestic terrorist organization. So I'm going to get on with the presentation. As I go into these hotels, as me and baby enter these hotels, Miss Weirich somehow have cell phones already online. I know it's due to a stalking of our phone, but she has phones already on the properties out here where we at right now. It seems like she controlled the hotels. I see the district attorney's office is emblazoned everywhere that they're running, that you guys are running, but Miss Weirich just never relinquished control of these places. She made too much money in these places. She was able to do too much human trafficking out of these places. Child abductions, you name it. You got Negroes that do anything for a little money to get their fix. White people too, Mexicans, Indians. But we're tired of dealing with this, and we've notified all the authorities in the United States of America. Acting like they taking taxes and doing certain shit that's stealing. Just like I just looked and saw the Walmart girl. These motherfuckers become anything they need to be to steal. Didn't pay attention in school, so what else they gonna do? They want to act like they big shots, so they got to dress up like they got something. Then you, just like y'all just did, y'all followed it, and the person ain't got shit, riding in a scuffler. Just played as we go in hotels, just like we just came in here at the Howard Johnson there in Flagstaff. I don't believe that room was even operational. So they got us in it, but they got 2, 3, 10 other motherfuckers using our identities in the other rooms. Somehow Miss Weirich is a mouse there, and then she have her stalkers who are fleeing authorities. They right on top of us in the hotel, wherever. If we get a hotel, they in that. And then again, when we awakened the other night out on the ground, Miss Weirich had sent what appeared to be a homeless lady to sit right up under the thing and project a signal as though she was us. We're not ignorant of Miss Weirich's demonic devices and practices. She forced us to study her or leave the airplane prematurely. Here they would just give you forms they ain't even have. You could barely even read them down there at the Red Wolf Inn. Them so criminal of people. Them in 1922 Elvis Presley, they the same people, I believe. Maybe these same people here. Fairbridge Inn, same type of treachery. You motherfuckers will do anything. Sitting there looking at you with that cell phone Miss Weirich have on the property. Cell phones. And they had their way with us. Up until this morning, we're wondering when will this domestic terrorism end? That's literally what this is. To any competent law enforcement personnel, you won't let up these people, professional people, and they forced to be living on the ground and out in hotels and somewhere. Hey man, this is organized crime at its best. These motherfuckers done targeted us with. I don't think all these are required, but these are some of the hotels we were in out there in Flagstaff. Miss Weirich somehow was controlling them then, way cross-country. She was able to Miss Weirich, when those 9 was stalking us in 20, all the way 2020, they had been stalking us, but it came to the light in 2020, 2021, right? Miss Weirich said that Glenn Adams was just giving confidential information and going into the computer and some shit all the time. They was stealing Brian and Denise Robinson Charles's life in the computer. That was the only business they was using those computers and iPhones and shit for. And they continue to have access to the account where we locked out looking stupid, while motherfuckers basically looked at us like we was stupid. The lady yesterday when we came, she raised the price on us. When we first met us, it was $55 for 2. It was $39, but the total was $55. Now it then went up to $65, and that's the nature of Miss Weirich. Knowing she already got her foot on our neck, she had the Indian and these Mexican people to gouge us and to label us as criminals, basically. So the real criminal, can get away with her crimes. And of course, she gives them kickbacks off all this money and behind our names. We can't access our unemployment insurance, income taxes, nothing. But we see some inroads to our being repaired. So I'm not complaining this morning. I'm just doing this. Baby hasn't got all these paperwork. She said they weighing us down, so we need to get rid of this shit. But you see this loyalty number? They may be still using that loyalty number, and then made thousands of dollars using me and baby's credentials. And we have to force this, be in these shithole hotels, being stalked unmercifully, and nobody seems to want to help us. Won't green light us, won't cash shop us, won't put us in an apartment, won't do nothing. And we just have to continue to trudge this road that we didn't choose it. We chose to be professional cosmetologists and master barbers this morning. Not running like we goddamn fugitives from some rabid dog type racist motherfuckers. Yes, Benicia there at what is that? The Catholic Diocese there on Jefferson. She got all our information. She gathered all our information. If I'm not mistaken, that was Jerome Kearney sitting in this room, right ajar from us, and he was getting all that information so he can go back to Little Rock and try to solidify our lives as he has over these last 40 years, my life, since I was released 1995 from Commons. They seized me for millions of dollars. I know that the state of Tennessee know that now, because I had a most honorable Judge Rudolsky to release me on a habeas corpus 9/29/2025 out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Miss Weirich had me kidnapped 8/22/2025. She's trying to give me a fake rape charge and seize my life. We hadn't heard anything about it, and Miss Weirich and her people, Jerome Kearney, they're going out their way to seize that matter as I'm making this video. It was returned back to Judge Mays. It was turned back to Judge Mays. The case I had filed them out when they kidnapped me out of San Diego, California, July of 2011. I had filed all type of paperwork. But Miss Weirich and Chris Kraft and them, they didn't want to let no paperwork go out of there. Chris Kraft was over the board of professional responsibility. I'm sitting there complaining about Beasley and Skahan and different ones and anybody I can Amy Weirich. And man, they laughing at me, getting ready to try to destroy my life. Constantly stealing my life. May have had something to do with the murder of my brother, Tony Gilmore Charles. These some very dangerous, unethical criminals, these people who we've had governing our cities in judicial affairs now. But we, by the grace of God, we got a decent gentleman there in the most honorable Steve Mulroy. And his subordinates. They riding the ship, and they catching hell trying to right it. But we up still fighting for our lives. On this Friday morning. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. That's about the only consolation me and baby got. It's Friday. Hope some generous person help us if we have to go out and panhandle. They would look like, not no if, we're going to have to, because we don't have no monies. We used all this to give us just a little rest. When we awakened, and Miss Weirich, so bold, she's sending the lady up under the damn cubby hole we didn't discover for ourselves. And we wake up, she's sitting up there all the time like she resting. She just projecting her signal for Amy Weirich. That may have been Glenda Adams. Because she got all kind of covering over her face. Glasses and everything when you see her. But that's how Miss Weirich and them work. They masters. They've taken on some of the tactics of the FBI to pull off these crimes. They'll have a man to show up in a dress. Or a woman to show up like she a man. These motherfuckers treacherous now. You dealing with some motherfuckers who are into all kind of high crimes and treason. Motherfuckers will do anything. So we noticed as we were dealing with the lady on yesterday, really she had she never looked like she never checked my wife out, and they ran my wife's ID twice that night. Some kind of way with Miss Weirich's system in place. They putting us in Miss Weirich's system and in their system. And Miss Weirich's system controls their system. And that's the game they playing. When we pay her cash, they hand that cash right to Miss Weirich. Because she got debit cards and all kind of cards in me and my wife's social security number. And that's why we can't get none. That's why we blocked from working. That's why she had me kidnapped over there in Arkansas. Where I had to file. If I didn't have the little knowledge I had, I'd be trapped right now. Life taken from me, and I ain't did nothing but reform my life. But that's the nature of sadistic, vindictive narcissism and treachery. Vicious racism and bigotry. That's the nature of it. So good. They'll see it, T, and I'm not law enforcement. I'm just doing this to be through with this. I don't have to see no more. That's not why I'm doing this, to go back to see a lot of stuff. Okay? That's when we initially fled Memphis from 1922 Elvis Presley that day. And got the hell out of there. Because they had to cut the ward off on us and did everything. Helped Miss Weirich. Gave all our mail to Miss Weirich. Stalked us unmercifully. Let the hitters come on the property at us. Did it all. 1922 Elvis Presley are vicious criminals. Vicious criminals. Demonic entities that must be brought to justice. Must be brought to justice. Satanic whore Amy Weirich must be brought to justice. Criminal enterprise must be dismantled. Satanic whore Amy Weirich, in conjunction with her husband Charles Weirich, a vicious criminal himself, stalker,